Happy Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving here in the United States. I was watching the Barcelona versus Borussia Dortmund game, and out of all the things and trying to get out of the first round, I finally realized over the past few weeks, maybe even a month, what Barcelona's been missing. They're missing a player in the middle that's dynamic, that keeps the flow of the ball going, that keeps the transition of the offense from midfield up. Also, stops counterattacks, and that's Rakitic. Rakitic started this game, and it wasn't clear from the very beginning that he was going to be the difference, but by the time he was subbed in the 78th minute or so, it was clear that he makes a huge difference in the passing game. He makes a huge difference in the counterattack. He makes a huge difference in the transitional defense. The game starts out with no PK. You start out with Umtiti and Langley in the back. Junior Firpo out left, Roberto on the right. In the middle, you have Busquets anchoring the center mid. Left mid, you have De Jong, right? You have Rakitic. Up top, started with Dembele at left wing, Suarez in the middle, and Messi at the right. From the very beginning, it was clear Dembele was not up to meet his previous team. The ball would go to him and die in the corner. Whether it was trying to be too fancy, too much footwork, it was clear that either the moment was too much for him or it just was not working. The ball kind of would go to Dembele and die there. He has so much speed, but now it's obvious his biggest weakness is he can't pass very well, or at least he hasn't been passing very well. I think he's a very dynamic player, but because he's always injured, because he's always coming on for the first time in so many games, he never gets into a rhythm. He can't he can't figure out where the players are going to be for a dynamic attack. But with that being said, the game starts off. There was a great goal called back in the 21st minute. It was Suarez to Messi. Messi was chasing down 5 men, laid it off to Suarez. Boom, hit it in. VAR took it back. That's okay. It was a moment to see that they were having that transitional attack, the 1-2, bang, bang, get it in. So at that point, it was already clear that things were starting to move, at least in the middle. 25th minute, 26th minute, Dembele's hurt. You know, it doesn't surprise anybody that follows Barcelona that Dembele gets hurt a lot. Unfortunately, another leg injury. But it did force Valverde to put in Griezmann. And I was also, sometimes you try to figure out, is it the Messi, Suarez, Griezmann combination that breaks down in the offense? Well, no. It actually worked perfectly with Rakitic in there. And I noticed that Rakitic was always around the ball. If he was in front of Messi, he would lay it back to Messi. Messi would get the ball. He would swing around Messi to be able to, lay off if he didn't have an opportunity, or he would pull a defender away from Messi. Rakitic has an invaluable innate ability to pull defenders off of Messi, off of Barcelona, as well as go into a space where if they don't pull in, if they don't fall for it and drag towards Rakitic, he'll make them pay. He gets the ball and he delivers it out to the other side. And we have a lot of great players. I'm a big fan of Vidal, big fan of Archer, but what they don't do is they don't predict what Messi needs. They're not as good at the transitional offense. I'm not knocking any of those players, but it was clear to me that this was vintage Barcelona. And who was the one getting the most touches? It was Rakitic. In the 29th minute, Barcelona scored their very first goal. Suarez was working in between Griezmann, and then Suarez hit the ball to Messi. Messi played it right in behind, right over to the side. Suarez has a slanting run in the box, hits the ball. It actually megs the goalie. 1-0. But it was vintage Barcelona. 33rd minute. It was a steal from Rakitic. Rakitic steals the ball as Dortmund is trying to transition on offense. Gets the ball, hits it to Messi. Messi to Suarez. He hits it to the left, breaking through Messi on the side. Of course, Messi hits it with his left foot. Far post, right side. 2-0. Within a matter of 4 minutes, it was 2-0. And it was like the ball started clicking, the game started clicking, and it looked great. In the 31st minute of the game, it was funny. This was even before the second goal. I was looking at the TV going, they're back. Oh my gosh. Barcelona's back. What is, I was trying to understand what is it? And then I kept watching. I was thinking, it's Rakitic. He's everywhere he needs to be. Rakitic is everywhere you need him to be able to transition either way. There was more experience on the field as well. The team just looked a lot better. And I would say Rakitic was probably one of the best players, if not the best player of the game. With that being said, Messi did have ultimately a goal and 2 assists, because in the 67th minute, Messi gets the ball on his defensive half, drives the ball all the way into the other half, lays the ball to the left, Griezmann hits it left foot to the right post, 3-0. But the sub for Borussia Dortmund, Jordan Sancho, came in, and he had a ball where it was placed in the top right of the box. He stops the ball, he pulls it, kind of stops almost dead, still, kicks it to the right, launches a bullet to the right side around Junior Firpo on the blind side of the left side of Ter Stegen's goal, and it was 3-1. And I guess from this game, while it may not be the most exhilarating game, the passes were great. The 1-2s were great. Barcelona only had 46% possession of this game. Borussia Dortmund had the majority with 54. Barcelona had 13 shots, 7 on goal. As we know, on-goal targets are not easy to come by in these last few weeks for Barcelona. And they were able to hold Dortmund to 5 shots on target. I was just happy to see the flow of the game. I was happy to see that Rakitic was everywhere he needed to be. As soon as you see Messi pressing down the field and he would look up and you could look around, you could just look at the space and Rakitic was near him, right? And you could see that Busquets was able to play a more conservative role, but a more protective role without as many mistakes. And you could see that Messi, Suarez, and Griezmann is not necessarily a bad combination, but the buildup is what was holding people back. So Rakitic in this game made the biggest difference in the style of play, and it was much more beautiful to watch. Great game. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope everybody else enjoyed it. Messi was back to giving and going. Suarez was an animal, a beast, feasting off the behind the ball. Barcelona still did allow a couple passes at the end of the game. Borussia Dortmund started getting going, and they did allow a few balls behind them again in the back. That's one area we definitely need to clean up. Titi at some points in the game looked a little lost. I know he hasn't got a lot of playing time, so that kind of explains it. So, no fault there. But overall, everyone did great. It was a good game, and it was good to see the ball flowing through the middle. Everyone, have a good one. If you have any comments, just leave them behind. Otherwise, have a great Thanksgiving here in America, and everyone else, enjoy your week.